In this video, I'm going to show you a lower back exercise that's easy to do and that you don't need any equipment for. Dimitri here from We Stretch Away Pain, where we help you get rid of the aches and pains that all of us have tendencies to experience much too often, so you can be pain-free and do the things that you love to do. We do this by, on the one hand, focusing on creating strength and stability, and on the other hand, flexibility, mobility, and decompression. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you can receive more videos like this. Let's get into it. Okay, so it takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of coordination, but here's the exercise. You're going to bend over from the hip, okay? Just like that. Keep your knees straight. You will have tendencies to bend your knees because it's going to make it easier on the hamstrings. And as soon as your hamstrings start pulling, many of us have tendencies to just kind of bend your knees or bend our knees, so there is less pull on the hamstring. But don't do that. Keep your knees locked and let the hamstrings stretch, okay? So keep your knees locked and bend over as much as you can, whatever that means for you. Everybody is different based on your flexibility capabilities, okay? But bend over and try to get your hip down and tilt it like this as much as possible. For me, this is about it. I can't really get lower than this. Now, I can bend over more this way, but not my hip, okay? So you have to learn how to make the distinction between back movement, which would be this, which is, by the way, the exercise, or hip movement, which would be this, okay? This is hip movement, and if we keep the hips still, we got back movement, okay? So I'm gonna do this again so you can watch it again, okay? Hip movement and then back movement. So we're trying to bend over and lock the hip or immobilize the hip while we move our upper body up and down, so we hinge at the lower back, therefore using the muscles at the lower back. Not that easy to do. It takes a little bit of practice, okay? But once you get it, it's not a big deal. So watch again. We're gonna arch our back and bend forward with the focus on tilting our hip forward, okay? So we wanna do this as much as possible with the hip. Go as low as you can. Double check, make sure your knees are not bent. Okay, you'll feel a big stretch in the hamstring. That's perfectly fine. Once you're down all the way as far as the hip is concerned, you can continue moving with your upper body, and then the exercise is coming up as much as you can without moving the hip, okay? So, looks like this, down and up. If you look at my hips are not moving. I'm only moving from my middle section or my lower back area and up, okay? So from here up I'm moving, from here down nothing's moving, okay? Right there. You can relax your arms, you can keep them like this, it's up to you. Once you get really good at it, you can hold on to some weight, but that's the exercise, okay? Make sure you don't move the hip. Nothing like this. The hip stays forward and then down and up. Okay? It takes a little bit of practice, but with a little practice, you'll get good at this. You can do it anywhere. You don't need any equipment, and it's actually a really good exercise. Okay? Give it a try.